like that.
Et bonsoir, bienvenue dans Long Shot, votre émission dédiée au foot et au basket. On va avoir une édition un peu originale cette semaine, comme je pense que vous l'avez compris. Je suis ce soir avec Switch et avec Dragon, qui sont deux Globetrotters qui nous ont fait le plaisir de venir nous parler un peu quelques minutes, parce que vous savez, on est très occupés, on a bien voulu leur donner un peu de temps, mais voilà. Alors, je vais commencer par toi, Switch. We're going to speak English for the rest of the interview. So you were in the NCAA. I understood that you end up being a Globetrotter, most of all, not because you had some issue with an injury. And just for sure, you how can I say it? How did it affect you, the way that you see basketball? Did it change anything in your game or anything like that?
Yeah, so in high school, I suffered 2 ACL injuries, and I had to get ACL reconstruction surgery twice in high school. I think during those times, I really realized that I had to work hard in order to get back into playing NCAA basketball. So that's when I really fell deeper in love with the game of basketball, and I had the mindset of always had to work hard. And then I went to NCAA, played there, and then in the summer after I graduated, I received a phone call from the Harlem Globetrotters to try out, and now I'm here.
The question I have is about the WNBA. I didn't really understood for the drafts. What was the word? Did you write yourself on the list for the draft? What happened?
So growing up, I always knew I wanted to play basketball professionally, and I also knew that I wanted to give back to my community and to communities all around the world. So when I received the phone call from the Globetrotters, I knew that this was the perfect option for me, because as Globetrotters, we get to play basketball, but we're also ambassadors of goodwill. We get to give back to our communities.
Most of the question about it, both of you about it. We know the situation in the USA. We had many issues. You had many issues most of all in the NFL, with many players that keep the knees down during the national anthem. For you as a Globetrotter, do you think you can also have an impact about it? Did you, or sometimes in contact, did you try to do something like that?
One thing as a Globetrotter, we are ambassadors of goodwill, and we've been to 123 countries and territories, creating memories in people's lives. That's one of the most things we love to do, that's our message. So we create unity, and, we try to create positive impact. So most importantly, we try to stay together as one.
About that, all of us know the work that Adam Silver is doing right now in the NBA. We have the feeling that in France, we have the feeling that he's trying to put NBA in the 2001 century, 21st century, make it a little more, how can I say it, more international. There were many stuff about in New Orleans, when they put on the not gay rule and they kick out the All-Star game to New Orleans. How can I say it? How do you see? Do you have the thing that we have a new NBA for the last 10 years? Do you have anything to say about that? Both of you.
Well, the NBA is amazing, and they, we showcase talent just the same way they do. Ours is a little different. We have some of the best ball handlers, some of the best dribblers, some of the best shooters in the world, and we get a chance to, showcase that here March 18th at Toulouse, 6 p.m. So, the NBA is amazing too. So, we just get a chance to, share our memories with them.
Yeah. As Dragon said, March 18th, we play here, and I think that anyone that comes to our games will realize how much of an impact we have. We try to make sure that the fans are having as much fun as they can in those 2 hours that they're at our game. So hopefully the fans forget whatever problems they have going on, and they just have fun at our games. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
About that, the basketball game evolved a bit. It's more about shooting than before. Okay, for you as a Globetrotter, did it change anything in your games? Are you shooting more, or because in the NBA there are more shooting, you're trying to be a little bit more close to the baskets?
Well, we have a 4-point line, which is...
Oh, you have a 4-point line?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Which is 30 feet away from the basket. So
I didn't know that.
That's not closer at all.
Definitely not.
That's definitely not closer. And we actually get a chance to show that we have a lot of great shooters. on the team, and we have a lot of great dunkers. And, you know, and that's the reason why the Globetrotters recruit specific players with specific needs, and you know, and we get a chance to showcase that. And we practice up to 5-6 hours a day at some point. So, you know, everything we do is a skill, and you know.
So for you, precisely, you're seeing yourself as much as a shooter, as much as a slasher.
Yeah, I'm both.
Oh, yeah, for you,
I can do pretty. I'm all purpose.
Oh, okay.
I consider myself all purpose. I can spin the ball pretty well. I can dribble. I can shoot. I have a 45-inch vertical. And we have a lot of players that's like that too. We currently have 6 players that participate in the dunk contest. Yeah, and you know we won. We had a guy that won last year, and you know it's amazing to, you know, bring that guy a part of our organization.
So I can dunk. My specialty in the games, I can dribble and shoot very well. Like Dryden said, we have some amazing dunkers, though, some guys that competed in the NCAA dunk contest. So it's a great show all around.
Yeah, and his new nickname is Money.
About that, I just want to ask you a question that, as a French guy, is very important to me. Not as a French guy, but as an NBA fan. It's going to be a bit tricky for both of you. Really. 2 years ago, we both know that some guy called KD changed his team. He went to the Warriors, and to be honest, I hated the move. For me, it was selfish, and I didn't understood the fact that the second best player in the NBA could go to the best team, but the first player in the NBA were 23 in even Ohio, but it's something else. What do you think about Kevin Durant move, and how did you felt at the moment that you heard about the news? Whatever.
Well, that's his decision. Most importantly, he got a ring. That's what he wanted. He got a ring, and he's still dominating the court. You know, you can't deny what he do as a player. You know, he averaged so many amount of points a game, and you know that's amazing. I would love to play against the Warriors. It'd be good for us as Globetrotters to play against. You know, we beat an NBA team back in 1948, so it'd be great for us to showcase our talent against them, because we definitely got some great players too.
I think we all dream of winning a national championship on any level one day. So I think that his move was right for him. And
you understand the move because of the... Okay.
We all dream of winning a national championship, and that's what he did by making that move.
I understand the answer. I think I got this one. I just wanted to talk to you about another team in the NBA that is working pretty bad right now. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers. How can I say it? I think the three of us know the situation. What's wrong in the team? I don't want to talk about Tyronn Lue precisely because I don't know, but the Cavs situation, it's pretty, we can say it pretty old. It's a lot of old people, but very, very good people. But it's an old team. Do you have the feeling that right now the Cavs can do something? Or, okay, I say it. I want to turn the question right. Do you think about the situation? What do you think about the Cavs right now?
Well, one thing you have to understand is that LeBron, he made it to the finals in the past,
9 years,
6 to 9 years, I believe. 9 years. He's been in the NBA finals.
From the Dallas Mavericks to today, it was 2000.
Yeah, he's been there quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bit.
So he knows what he's doing, and they are a great team, and I believe eventually they will come along and come together.
Who is going to be on the NBA Finals for you?
The Harlem Globetrotters versus the Golden State Warriors. That's what it would be.
You're following a team in the NBA. Which team are you a fan of? Except the Globetrotters.
Except the Globetrotters.
Yes.
The Harlem Globetrotters. No. You know what? I'm from Chicago, so I like to cheer for my hometown. I'm a Chicago Bears fan, Chicago Bulls.
What do you think about the situation in Chicago with Paxton, who is always a bit?
With who? Sorry.
I said the Chicago Bulls roster is not good right now. What do you think about the situation for the Chicago Bulls?
I think eventually they'll pick it up as well. They have a lot of space. and they can create, a huge cap for them to get the players they want. And they actually have great players. It's just sometimes it takes a longer process, for them to get their organization up and running.
And I also go for my hometown team. I'm from Philadelphia, so I'm a fan of the Philadelphia 76ers.
You're good right now.
Yes, they're okay. They're on their way up.
About that, I was wondering about something. Both of you, when you playing, how can I say it? The work that you had to put on to be where you are today as NBA Globetrotters players. For you, what was how can I say it? I think everybody has a switch moment when he's training. I'm gonna do that in my life. I'm gonna be an NBA player. For you, it was your injury that was really and for you?
Well, I play professionally, in a lot of places. And one thing I will say, like being as a Globetrotter, is so much different because you get a chance to impact people's lives, and I get a chance to sign autographs, and we get a chance to, we have a magic pass before the game, a pregame experience where we get to interact with kids, teach them tricks, and, take pictures and teach them, how to spin the ball, things like that. So that's kind of amazing to me. It's a dream come true to me. I've always wanted to be a professional athlete. Now I'm able to tour all over the world and be a professional athlete. That's like a dream come true to anybody. Some people save up their whole life to travel the country, and we're under someone else's expense being able to travel. I've been to 52 countries. And, and most people in this world haven't even been to 5, so that's kind of amazing to me.
What's for you your greatest achievement as a, so you talked about the impact you can have, but today as a human being, you've been a Globetrotters for, I don't know, I would say 2-3 years, almost. But for you, definitely when you're going to bed, you said, I did that as a Globetrotters. What was that?
So I think after every game, I kind of have that experience. After every game, when the little children come up to me and tell me, hey, you're my favorite player, or the little girls that come up to me and say, you're my favorite player, I want to be like you because you're a girl on the team. I think every night going to bed, I think of those moments in my head, and those are definitely the moments that make being a Globetrotter great.
Yeah, also, I say the same thing. I've had quite a bit of experiences, with the Globetrotters, but one thing I do know, when you see the kids' faces and the parents' faces after the game, that's amazing. And like I said, we play here, March 18th, and you'll get a chance to see that. If you come check the game out, you get a chance to see the impact we put on people's lives. And one story, I met a young kid who was battling a problem in his life, and his only wish was to meet the Globetrotters and watch us play. And I just saw the smile on his face, and it was just amazing to be able to see this kid. He was getting close to passing away, and his only wish was to meet a Globetrotter, and that was just amazing that I was able to just create memories, a great memory in his life, and that carries on all throughout the world.
Thank you. I'm going to have just one last question. It's going to be about the impact that the Globetrotters have today in the NBA. How can I say it? For me, as a French guy, I always understood the fact that the Harlem Globetrotters, the old team, when at the 70s, 80s, they bring the how can I say it? The flashy basketball. And how do you think today that the Harlem Globetrotters could still have an impact in the NBA? Do you think you can do something? It's a tricky question, but
I think that the Globetrotters we're known as the innovators of basketball. So Dryden mentioned the 4-point line. So that's one thing that the NBA may incorporate into their game. So there's always something that we're adding and maybe the NBA can also add. I think that it would be great if the NBA added that 4-point line, which is 6 feet behind the NBA 3-point line today. Just one of those things that we just keep adding to the game, making it more fun and more complex.
Nothing. So how can I say? Thank you to be here. It was a real honor. I'm not a child who was dreaming to see the Harlem Globetrotters, but it's always a huge pleasure. Thank you.
Look, I need a strong cup of coffee cause I haven't slept. If you squeezing in the sketchy, it's tighter than virgins having sex. Rest is for the achieved, yeah. Or when I'm mad depressed, I'm not sad today and there's a few things I ain't mastered yet. They taking staggered steps. I got castles to protect, huh? Why you think I got this dragon's breath?
Some might call me hazardous. Not too many that can handle this. I'm a hip-hop analyst. Let me channel my inner animal. I'm a cannibal like Hannibal. When I spit it, baby, it's flammable. Look, I'm going for your clavicle. About my capital was murder tactical. The actual, the factual.
Yeah, better pass it left. Call that a lateral, quadrilateral, parallel.